Hi, darling. I saw that post with Tamar. That was so precious. I didn't know she did Rose like that. I didn't know she was plugged in to our community. Hey, Blessed Dynasty. Hi, my beautiful sister, Blessed Dynasty. She said, hey, April, sister, April Love Mods, and all my beautiful sisters in the chat. Hey, Zay. Hi, darling. Hey, Lady Justice. Guys, I didn't monetize this video. Tell me if it sounds like it did yesterday, Gwen. Granny was having some technical difficulties as well. So I take it that it was something going on. I don't know, because nothing else on my anything was staticky like that. So am I still staticky, Grandma Gigi? Let me know. Hi, beautiful diva. Hi, sweetheart. Hey, JP girl. Hello, Miss April in chat. Okay, I sound good. Y'all ready for some music? Let's do this, y'all. Woo, that's the cut. That's the cut. I might have to play that again, y'all. Nikki Reacts. Go check. She's so beautiful, y'all. She got a short. She been doing shorts showing herself. And her latest short got that song on it. Excuse me. As soon as I heard that song, I said, that's going to be on my car stereo today. So I've been jamming on that song all day. I'm like that. I'll get a song, and once I get the song, uh-oh. Y'all think I should do it? Hell, let's do it. What today when the tables will turn? 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 Hey! I love it, love it, love it. Okay, guys, 2 songs in. Let's talk. Let's chat. Let me greet everybody. Let me know if it goes haywire, because the last time I was on this thing, y'all, it was horrible. I had to end my live. Literally, I had to end it because it was so messed up. And as the songs play, if they're good, I'll let them play. I'm not monetizing. What I do usually, I'll go back and monetize. I'll go erase the songs and then monetize it if I feel like it. But YouTube know what they doing though, yo. What they do is it'll take like a whole day before it'll even come up with the copy with them saying that you can't monetize it. So all that while people are watching it and you don't get to monetize it. But it's so good. I wanted to play that song. That song though, Nikki Reacts played today. That used to be my jam, Zay. Still is. When I heard it, I said, oh my God. I used to sing that song, y'all. Okay, let me come back up. I see you in the building, Miss LaWanda. I see you, beautiful. I see you, JP girl. I said hello, beautiful diva. Grandma Gigi, Lady Justice. Hey, beautiful. How are you, Lady Justice? Girl, I didn't know you could cook like that. What? You better be showing us some meals up in that circle, girl. Because that food was looking yum scrumptious. I call it yum scrumptious, honey. Yes, indeed. Let me see. I don't want to miss nobody. Miss LaWanda, Lady Justice, yours so Zay. Zay said, this is my jam. Beautiful Diva said, that's my jam. Y'all know that's, I was playing with Nikki Reacts. I said, girl, what you know about that? What you know about that? And I was like, psych, no, I'm playing. Like I'm so old. Like, y'all can't know these songs. Get out of here. That was the cut for everybody. I'm sure everybody know that song. Matter of fact, I was playing it at a drive-through, and the little young lady that was working, I said, what you know about this? You don't know about this, do you? She said, no, I don't. I said, girl. I said, they don't make music like this no more. Good Lord. Hi, Christine. Hey, darling. Let me see. He's doing good, girl, Grandma Gigi. He been on his grind. Johnny is ready to move. He's ready to move into a house. So I'm letting him do it. He gets the houses. I check them out. I check out the neighborhoods. If they're not like up to par or what I think they should be, I'm like, no, baby, we can't move there. If it's not what I want, no, baby, we can't move there. So he's doing that. He's on that grind. I'll keep Todd lifted in prayer. You already know that, baby girl. Thank you so much for that. Let me see. Zay blessed me and I hearted it. Yeah, isn't she gorgeous, Blessed Dynasty? I was like, God, why isn't she modeling? Oh, I knew she was gorgeous because of that. It's like a painting. And I figured that's what she looked like. But that don't do her justice in her regular baby. God dang. That girl is absolutely, she should be on television. Somewhere. All she got to do is sit there. She ain't got to say a word. I believe Nikki Reacts, she's one of those people that could have been absolutely anything she wanted. Doctor, lawyer, Indian chief. Definitely in pictures. Definitely on the big screen. And it's still never too late. We ought to tell her that. I wonder if she's ever thought about it. Because she like that. She got it like that. Gigi is thanking you, Zay. Thank you, darling. Hey, Brown Stories, beautiful. Let me see. Saban Khan, I see you. You said moves. Man, I love music. I absolutely love music. I feel like you're never too old. You never get too old to stop dancing, to stop liking music. Never. Never, never, never. You said, get it. She sets the mood. What an amazing energy. Thank you. Thank you. Teresa, my girl's in the building. How you doing, darling? Yes, Gwen. Yes, we do appreciate you. Absolutely. And Saban, Gigi, Grandma Gigi's asking if you're subscribed, which you are, because I think when I come live, you are able to see me come live. Hi, Gigi, beautiful girl. How are you, my darling? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to everyone. Miss April's just, doing what she do. Yes, ma'am, long back, yeah. I'm just doing what I do, chill out. I said, let me come live, to get a live in, because I haven't really been coming for the last couple days. I'm going to start going more, do more on my TikTok. I've made that conscious decision. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of content to bring. I think doing little things like mixing up and making my yogurt and apple mixture, doing that on the live, then coming down and sitting down, eating it and talking with them. I don't know why, but like I said, I went live over there on TikTok and made my spaghetti and told that, showed all my ingredients, cut up my stuff. The only thing about TikTok is once you end the live, it's not, you can't pull it back up. Like if you came over to see the live, unless somebody shared it to you, I think you have to share it. So what I will do, I will post on YouTube when I'm going to go live on TikTok, okay? So that'll give you guys heads up. And I hope some of you or most of you have TikTok. Okay? Thank you, Gigi. Beautiful. Thank you, girl. Lisa Clark said, I know you do. Thank you, Lisa. A lot of people give me compliments over there. I have a lot of nice supporters, a lot of female supporters who are really nice. And my channel is growing and growing. Every time I go over there, I have 2 or 3 new followers every single time. And the thing with TikTok is people, if they follow you and you follow them back, you're more likely to keep the followers. Okay? Guys, I shared a thumbnail and I want to go look at it. It says, Dear God, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for being with me all the way, for never leaving me, and for loving me. God is the one person I could say in my life, guys, that has never, never ever left me, ever, and never stopped loving me. That's amazing, because we as humans, if something come down the pipe that we don't like, or things could happen, someone we're close to that we love can do something to hurt us, and we change on a dime. You understand? That love will leave. Matter of fact, not only does the love leave, guys, leave, with as much love that you love a person, it can flip around to hate. Think about that, how powerful that is. With as much passion that you can love someone, they can do something wrong to you, and it changed to hating them. That's powerful. Think about it. That's powerful. I can think about some times where I said I loved a person very much. I loved them very much. They couldn't do no wrong, nothing. But they did do something that stepped on my toes, and it changed. My thing was loyalty. That was a big thing for me. Like if I was in a relationship and they cheated, okay? And the audacity of that, because as I told you guys, in my first marriage, I went outside of the marriage, okay? And I went outside of the marriage, which pretty much ended the marriage. And so few years down the road, Miss April gets married again. And guess what happens to Miss April? They ended up doing to me what I did in my first marriage. And when I had that feeling, guys, I will never forget the day that I knew it. I found everything out. When I tell you, because in my second marriage, I was head over heels, madly in love. My first marriage, I loved my husband. He was a good man, treated me good. And, you ask yourself why you want to be with a person or why you marry a person. And I can honestly look back at that first marriage and say I married him for stability. I married him because he was the first man that showed me respect and love and those kind of things. So because of that, Miss April just hurry up and jumped on the wagon, and I had already had my 2 oldest daughters. They were young baby kids at that time. And he really showed them respect. I just felt a good vibe with him. So I just hurry up and jumped on that wagon, okay? Pretty much like they say, you married for not all the right reasons. And that was just being honest. That's being honest. So the second marriage, the same thing I did. So baby, when I tell you karma is a fact. Karma is a fact. Karma has to happen. The world is, like somebody told me this, the world is on an axle, guys, and the world is steady turning. That you ever hear of the soap opera As the World Turns? And I'm getting ready to get in the chat. You ever hear of the soap opera? I know the old school people know As the World Turns. The world is on an axle. It's turning slowly, but it's every, like they say, what goes around comes around. Okay? Now, the very thing that I did to my first husband happened to me in my second marriage. I wasn't ready for it, okay, when it happened. When I tell you it was one of the most painful, and right then and there, I knew exactly what my first husband felt. And I was so sorry. I said, my God, I don't ever want to do, not, I didn't ever want to, when I tell you, I can't even express to you the feelings I had. It was so many different emotions. It was betrayal. It was just so many things. It messed with my self-esteem. The insecurities came. Everything came crashing and flooding down, right? And it was like God said to me, it was like God was speaking to me and said, now you know exactly how he felt. And at that moment, I felt so remorseful that I did that to him. You understand? And I immediately prayed and said to God, please forgive me. I wasn't even thinking about what was going on so much right then and there in this marriage. I was more thinking of what I did, how much pain I caused that man. And I said, God, I'm so sorry I did that. And then I prayed that he would forgive me, you understand, for his own well-being, my first husband. So karma has to, they say that this is how karma works, guys. If a person is constantly doing something, wait, I had it written down somewhere. Hold on. And I've never done this before. So this is not, what do they call it? This is not reused content. Hold on, guys. This is what karma is. It says, what does karma literally mean? Karma is translate to action or doing. Now, this is just too Buddha. It's talking about Buddhism and blah, blah, blah. I want to get the 3 types of karma. Oh, no, we're not. You're talking, what is karma in the Bible? Okay, let's do it like this. The concept of karma meaning action or deed, and referring to the idea that actions influence future outcomes. It is not explicitly mentioned in the Bible using the specific term. However, the Bible does contain the principle of reaping what you sow, which is often seen as analogs to karma. This principle suggests that the actions of individuals, both good and bad, will have consequences. And these consequences will eventually return to them. So I absolutely, 100%, I absolutely believe in karma or reaping what I sow. I absolutely, because I've had my experience with it. Okay? Hold on, guys. Hold on. All right, let me see what you guys are saying, then I'll read some more. Okay, Rusco. That's a good question, Rusco. I don't stream at night. I'm like, I don't know why. I mean, well, I know why, because at nighttime is when I'm straight on chill. Sometimes I think about coming live at night, but it be my downtime, guys. When I'm done, I'm done. You feel me? Hey, Lakeisha Bass. Hi, baby. Russo, is he cutting up Gigi? Let him stay for a minute. Let Russo stay for 1 minute, for a couple more minutes, because I just saw him. Hold on. Oh, Blessed Dynasty, I'm doing wow, you said aggressive physical therapy for my lower back. God is able and in control. The back is no joke, Grandma Gigi. The back is such a, because the back holds up everything else. You understand? The hips, the everything. So when your back is out of whack, it makes everything else out of whack. Same thing with the teeth. That's a good question. You said you won't ask me. I'll tell you, because by 8, 9 o'clock, Miss April's in her PJs. I don't feel like chit-chatting about anything. I'm watching TV. I'm on my, looking at, just relaxing. I'm just chilling. No, I'm not a software engineer. Why you ask me that, sweetheart? What a strange question. Do I look like that? I don't know. Why you ask that? I think it is a reality check sometimes. Teresa, I do too. I agree with that. A reality check. God absolutely is able, and God is in control, my beautiful sisters. And He absolutely is in the healing season, sweetie. I pray complete healing over you in Jesus' holy, precious name. That is from Blessed Dynasty to Grandma Gigi. And that is beautiful. I love that. I absolutely love that. Hey, Marva Booker. But guys, I really think that we do take I never really liked using the word karma. I just didn't. You know what I mean? Because I look at it like, I don't know. That word karma just, I don't, you understand? To me, it's like, what is it about karma? I don't know. That word to me, because I feel like, because we could look at it like this. A lot of people get karma that don't deserve karma, if that's what you want to call it. If you wanted to use, that word, karma. I like how it says good and bad. There's a difference between good karma and bad karma. We have the choice of bringing either or into our life. Now, there are circumstances that come up and happen in our life that we have no control over. Absolutely none. I believe that that's a time where I would pray that you have a God of your understanding, that you do believe in God, that your spiritual beliefs are there, no matter who you are. I believe that having that relationship with God is very important. I do. I do. Because things come up, honey. Hold on. Positive karma. Good deeds, karma as cause and effect. The core of karma is the principle of cause and effect. Every action, whether physical, mental, or emotional, creates a force that has an impact on the universe. Positive karma. Good deeds and positive actions are believed to generate positive consequences, and create a ripple effect of good fortune. We love good karma. Negative karma. Conversely, negative actions like causing harm, listen guys, causing harm or acting selfishly are believed to lead to negative consequences, sometimes referred to as bad karma. The consequences of your actions may not always be immediate. Hello? But they are believed to eventually manifest in the present life or in future lives, depending on the belief system. Depending on the belief system. Hold on. Wow. It says, what is the word for getting what you deserve? Remember, I was just telling you that some people don't deserve like some karma that has come their way. They just absolutely don't. And then you can think about some people that you would say, Lord have mercy. They do so much, they spread so much evil that how are they not getting, karma? It's like they wreak havoc. And that word earth disturber, since I've been on YouTube, is actually the first time I've ever heard that word. And there is, that is a good analogy, earth disturbers. But I believe that earth disturbers only disturb the earth if you allow them to, your earth. You understand? They can only disturb what I allow them to in my space, in my world, okay? In my earth, okay? That I believe that with everything. They only do what I allow them to do. But there are different, now if you want to go deeper and you want to say, if they try to hurt you, and we see that as well. People trying to get people kicked out of their homes. We see people trying to get people hurt by the police, those kinds of things. We've seen that happen on YouTube. Don't think for 1 minute that those things don't have a cause and an effect. Don't think that doing those things are dismissed. You understand what I'm saying? There will be, now, and like I said, God knows the heart of people, okay? I believe that if you do something illegal, now come on, this just makes sense. If you do something illegal, you are susceptible to get caught, right? So if you do something illegal, why would it surprise you if you got caught that you're going to have consequences? You did something illegal, okay? I don't care how many other people did something illegal, that very same thing that you did, that you got caught. You understand? So maybe it's your time. That's how stuff works. You understand? Let me see what you guys are saying. I don't know why I'm talking about all this, because it sure wasn't on my mind when I got on here at all. Hi, Myra Uncensored Talk. I just feel like this will be a season for some that are going to sit back, not be so involved. It's like once you take your hands off of stuff and allow God to do what he does, then things will happen. That's just a fact. That's a fact. And I believe that with everything in my spirit. So I believe that just sitting back, it's almost like sitting back and watching the show, and when things transpire, not being surprised. What does surprise me, guys, is how people are dismissing the things that are transpiring like they're nothing. Like it has nothing to do with consequences or God letting you know something. Because God deals, we all get, that's why I said, don't be so engrossed with what's coming down the pike for someone, anybody. You understand? Don't. Worry about what's going on in your neck of the woods. That's all you got responsibility to do. And sit back. I don't care what anybody has done to you, with the exception of something illegal, that you can press charges. They came to your house threatening you with a gun and all that kind of stuff. But if somebody does something to you and it really affected you and it really bothered you and it hurt you, take your hands off of it. Seriously. Get back in your peace. I absolutely agree with you on that, April Love. There's nothing like having a relationship with God. I'm so glad that I have a relationship with God and that He acknowledges and favors me and my family. Absolutely. There is nothing like it. When I tell you guys, excuse me, the love of God reaches so far toward His people, toward us. And if we could grab a hold of how much God loves us, a lot of people, I believe that a lot of people, Christianity, they're either turned off by what they see other people do, that they say, well, they call themselves a Christian. Don't base anything on what another human does, because we're all human and we all are susceptible to fall. So we can't look to humans like looking to Miss April. Don't look to Miss April. Look to God. Miss April could say something that might help you or you could relate to, but when it's all said and done, look to God, who is the author and the finisher of our faith. Look to Him for everything. And when we realize how much He loves us, this is for everybody. This is not just for the right side. This is for the left side. This is for whoever would receive it. There's just some people that are not going to receive it. That's on them. That is on them. They say they do, but they really don't. You understand? God knows the heart of man. I love saying that. God knows our heart. Whether we, He knows when it's desperately wicked. And you understand what I'm saying? And like I said, we all have to give an account for our own individual actions. So why would I spend my time focusing on what God is going to do to another? It has nothing to do with me. You understand? It really doesn't. Hey, Vibes. Hi. I think we will be a lot more at peace if we do that. A lot more at peace. We also need to know what spiritual warfare is and being able to do battle within our own selves. Guys, when it comes to the left side and the right side, I look at it like this. I don't get surprised when, something turns on a dime. I really don't. I do know that people want to belong somewhere. You understand? I admire people who can stand in the pain on their own, because for some reason in this day and age, that's one of the hardest things for people to do, to stand alone. And sometimes you have to stand alone. Sometimes you do. With God, let me clock that T, with God. But the need to belong is great. And on YouTube. Retha Brad, I'm happy where I am. You understand? If you're content and happy, I'm not confused. I'm not wishy-washy. You understand? I'm just not that type. I'm not that way in my, thank you God that I'm not. It took some things to get to this place. That's why I really, really can't be judgmental of some people. Now, the people that never change, the reprobated mind, them ones right there, yeah, they set apart. They set apart. A reprobated mind, baby. But people will, as life goes on. But if I'm continuously year after year after year after year, and I see no elevation or no growth in my characters, my character, like we have character flaws or character, they call them character defects. Okay? If I don't see a change, like if it says, insanity is repeating the same thing over and over and over and over, thinking you're going to get a different result. That's insanity. That's crazy. You understand? Hold on, guys. I'm all over the place. What's a character defect? It says in addiction recovery, especially within the programs like Alcoholic Anonymous, a defect of character refers to a negative trait or behavior that hinders personal growth and recovery. That can apply to everybody, not just addicts. But think about people, some people get clean, guys, abstinent from all drugs and alcohol and everything, but they don't grow. They stay right where they are. Eventually, they're going to go back to doing the same thing. You understand? Because you have to grow, because there was a reason why you went that way. But I believe that a character defect is not just about people in recovery. It says, because listen, it says it refers to a negative trait or behavior that hinders personal growth and recovery. These are often ingrained habits or flaws that contribute to addiction or destructive behavior. Okay? Addiction or destructive behaviors. You're doing the same thing in your life over and over. You understand? Character defects are seen as shortcomings, weaknesses that prevent individuals from functioning optimally and can be difficult to break. Examples. Common examples include selfishness, dishonesty, impulsiveness, a lack of self-control, and negative emotions like fear, anger, resentment, and jealousy. Fucked up. Excuse me, Lord. But fucked up, man. You walking around jealous of everything and don't even see that you are. You don't even know what's wrong with you because you won't even look at yourself. Get out of here, man. And then you want to try to give it to somebody else. You want to wreak havoc everywhere. Get out of here. I wish you would. You ain't coming this way with that garbage. I worked hard on mine. You understand? I will be damned. You understand me? Y'all, I will be damned if I let somebody give me their jealousy, their resentment, their anger, their fear, their jealousy, their negative emotions, their impulsiveness, their lack of self-control. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Hold on, y'all. Character defects, they are fucked up. But guess what? If you recognize them in yourself, you got a good chance that you can work on yourself. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be old and alone. Nobody going to want to be, not even your children going to want to be bothered with you. Woo! Clock that T. Everybody going to be running from you. Get the stepping. Hey, Narc Slayer. Hi, beautiful. Hey, Brenda Hogan. Guys, I was cussing. Christine Foote. Yes, Christine Foote. Character defects. I worked hard. That's why I said, Christine Foote, listen, boo. I did have the upper hand. Listen, now, don't say it, because this sounds real crazy. But because of the addiction in my life, it caused me to have to look at those character defects because those were the things that kept me going back to using and destroying my life. So I had to take a look at them and get better from them. You know, once I started accepting those character defects, so there are thousands, hundreds of billions of thousands of people walking around with character defects that aren't growing. They do the same thing over and over and over, expecting different results. You understand? Never changing, never. Something that we should be elevating in our life. Something should be I should not be the same person I was last year. Something should be different. Something should be better in my life. You understand? I'm talking not necessarily just monetary. I'm talking in my thinking. I'm talking in how I treat people. Get out of here. Okay, let me give you a perfect example. I was one of those ones that messed with married men. Thank you, Ask Granny. had to, went out, did that. That's a consequence. There's a consequence to that. You understand me? I did that. Okay? Am I proud of it? No. I don't even like saying it, y'all. Because now I know better. I not only do I deserve better, you don't do you. And guess what? That's why. Oh my God! Thank you. I honestly can't judge anybody who does, go outside their relationship. I can't, y'all, because Miss April did it. You understand, and listen to this. This is what I told myself. I didn't feel the conviction because number one, I didn't know her personally. Okay, that was one of my excuses. Well, I don't know her, and I'm never going to put this in her face. You understand? This is just, on a DL. I just didn't feel the conviction. But one day, that conviction came. And this is how it came, y'all. Oh, thank you, Jesus. We were at a convenience store. We used to take trips and everything. We were at a convenience store, guys, in the same town where his wife lived. Okay, we all lived in the same town. We were at a convenience store, and it hit me. What if she pulled up? What if she pulled up, and I'm sitting up in his ride like that? So when he got back in the car, I was like, I just had this weird, uncomfortable, yucky feeling, y'all. It was like, this is crazy. But I was mad at the same time because I was like, daggone it, here comes the conviction. And I wasn't quite ready to let it go. But that was the beginning. I said, you can't do this, April. This is crazy. So, like I said, guys, I can't judge anybody for doing that. But that thing was such a powerful lesson. Do it again? No, it's such a common thing. Women going outside of the marriage, men going outside of the marriage. Marriage is different than boyfriend and girlfriend. God is involved in marriage, okay? And if I thought for a second there wasn't going to be some karma because of that, I just thank God that is something that will never, ever, ever, Miss April will never, ever. I thank God that I survived that, but I will never, ever do that to no one again, to nobody's wife again, ever. Because how would I feel having it done to me? I already know. You understand what I'm saying, guys? So those kind of things, that's a care. I didn't have like I said, God does the convicting. It is not our place to convict anyone. It really isn't. Because we all got character. God looks at sin as sin. There ain't no big sin, little sin. Sin is sin. So, like I said, there are just some things that Miss April is not going to do anymore. It's dead and it's done. You understand? And I have to ask myself, why did I do that? Do you realize that there are people designed on this earth to destroy marriages? That the enemy, the devil, the enemy seeks who he can steal, kill, and destroy? There are people that allow themselves to be used for that very purpose. Some people enjoy doing that. They enjoy wreaking that kind of havoc. You understand? It was, at that time, to me, it was I just looked at it, me and him connected. You understand? And he said one time, if we would have met years ago, And that burns my skin when people say that. It wasn't meant for us to meet years ago. You know what I mean? No, no. And you understand, we could say that easily, but I might not have been, it might not have been, it might not have been an interest at that time. So no, this was the appointed time that it happened. But like I said, Miss April learned from that, guys. Now I see the devastation in doing that, in my marriage, or not, not being married, being the one that was with the married person. Devastating. I see what it does to people. You understand? Thank you, God, that He showed me that I had the conviction, because only till you get the conviction will things change in your life. You hear me? Hi, Tips World, baby. And this is not to judge anybody. You understand, guys? If I would say I did it because they gave me attention. I had just got out of a marriage, a bad one myself, but they weren't right either. He wasn't right. There's no excuse for it. But the bottom line is, there's something in myself that I didn't value, because now I know I deserve my own man. My own man, okay? Not sloppy seconds, thirds, fourth, fifth. I deserve my very own special one man. I know that today. I used to lie to myself, this is convenient for me. I don't want no relationship. This is all I want right here, because men get on my nerves. I just want him to come when I want him to come, and bye, see you later, going back home. No, that's a lie. That's a lie I told myself, okay? Please. You like that tip? I don't know what made me say that. What the hell? What the halle, berri? You ever see that little meme? I knew somebody would get it. It's cracking up. April, here to you, April. So thank you, Granny. Thank you, Granny, because that is, like I said, Granny, I don't know why I'm sharing that. Like I said, I don't plan on talking about things. It just, certain things just come. And when I talk about this, something tells me in my spirit that somebody needs to hear it. God loves the sinner, guys. He does. He loves us. He still loved me, even while I was doing that. But I know it hurt Him, and He wanted me to stop, because there's consequences. You understand? So now, and listen, Granny, and here's the thing. I had to come to a place where I was okay with just being with me. Loving being with myself. You understand? Not having to have, because sometimes if you feel a little desperate, you won't, you'll go, and then statistic wise, they say there's far more women than there are men, all of those things can come into play. But now, like I said, I just know I deserve better. I deserve so much better than that. Why didn't I know it back then? Because I had to learn. I was a learn the hard way type chick. You understand? And then tried to sugarcoat it and make it sound and look good. And even, you understand, put some flavor on it. There ain't no flavor to put on that. It's just gutter. It is. And I don't speak for everybody. I just speak for Miss April individually. Okay? And there are other things, that, let me think of another character defect. Let me get on here and see the character defect. And I want to see if you guys said anything. Who said awesome? Awesome, Miss April. Thank you. We appreciate you, Saban. Sinners, not the sin. Right, Granny. And thank you, Granny. I saw my super chatty sticker thingy. Oh, thank you. I got two. I said if I get 5, I would do a cooking video. I was like, I hope I don't, because I don't want to do one. I really don't. But it will motivate me to do more on here. She said, Blessed Dynasty says, speak a. Hi, Narc Slayer. I see you, beautiful. That's okay, Granny. How long I've been on? I got a couple more minutes, guys. Hey, Vibes, beautiful. Hi, Tony Lawson. Happy Saturday. But, guys, you know, I've changed a lot in my thinking. And I was talking to my daughter earlier today. Matter of fact, I was talking to the girl at the store, and she said, ooh, the little cashier, you big ballin'. I said, no, baby, I ain't big ballin'. I just got a good man, honey. And she is like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I need. I said, take your time. I said, just know that you deserve the best. You deserve the best. I said, and when God drops him out the sky, make sure you catch him, boo. Okay? And the lady behind me was like, that's right, honey. That's right. And just make sure you catch him. You just know that you deserve the best. And I told my daughter, I said, I know that I can do better with my looks, do better with my hair, do better, work, sacrifice and start plugging into my teeth and a lot of things with myself. But one thing that I can definitely, I told my daughter, and despite all of that, I know I'm a catch. I know that I am something special. I know this. Don't nobody have to tell me. I'm the type of person, I know that I'm the type that if I'm in your corner, I am in your corner. I am a loyal to the soil. I know these things about me, just like I know my flaws and my weaknesses and still learning them. You understand? So those are the things we want to work toward in our life. That's why I talk about self, and I found my banner, y'all. I was so happy when I found that banner. I put it right back up there. Because it's not about being self-centered. It's not self-centered or arrogant. It's about being so self-aware, because people on this earth will try to destroy you and cut you down. And if you are in a weak place, they can be successful. So thank you, Tip. So we have to be vigilant in looking within. Don't be afraid to look at yourself. Find your beauty. You know how much beauty you have? I don't care if you're 400 pounds. I don't care if you find your beauty. What is really a sad state to me? And there's a lot of sad states. But when a person is ugly on the inside and the outside, God forgive me for laughing. Miss April's a messy. Y'all told y'all I ain't right. But sometimes when that inner person is so ugly, it makes you tore up on the outside. People be saying, Miss April, you're so pretty. It's the inner glow that you see, y'all. Because Miss April be busted, tore now, back in the day. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm confident with myself. I feel good in my own skin. I feel good in my own skin today. There we go. Good in my own skin today. You understand? So, like I said, guys, it's about knowing your self-worth as a woman. Thank you, Blessed Dynasty. Yes. Because even people we love that we're close to will say things that'll be hurtful. You understand? If we're not paying attention, or if I'm feeling weak, Johnny might say something not even realizing it. You feel me? So we got to constantly be uplift yourself. Stand firm in what you believe. That's true. Your inner spirit. Yeah, the inner spirit, to me, Granny, the inner spirit is what I see in people and it makes you beautiful on the outside. When the inner spirit comes out, people will see your beauty. They will see it. They will not, and some people won't even understand it. They'll be like, oh, you're so pretty, you're so beautiful. It's the inner. But when you got a person that's ugly on the inside, I'm talking ugly, because there are some ugly inside spirited people. Ugly. And it makes, and then when you on the outside is tore up, you know, because I've seen some people, like I'm telling you guys, I know what I'm saying. God absolutely, okay, I read that already. It was the comment. Yeah, I saw it. She said, he quiet now. I saw that banana comment. I saw it, Gwen, darling. Gwen be on it. Hi, my Retha Brad, beautiful. I love your posts, Retha. I absolutely love them. Okay, I see you, Tony Lawson. Happy Saturday. Guys, I've been on an hour. That's enough for Miss April. Hey, classy lady boo, I didn't see you. Okay. Miss LaWanda, there you are. I love you too, Granny. Granny, you have a lot of wisdom, honey. Oh, thank you, Tip. Tip know how to work them Julie things, y'all. She don't be playing with them. Girl, thank you. Ooh, thank you. I want to say thank you. I can't even do it. How she do it? How she do it, Davion? I want to thank you. All right, guys. Guess what I'm making for dinner? Again, I'm making those meatballs. The meatballs with the spinach, garlic, and mozzarella cheese on the inside of the meatball, and the marinara dipping sauce. I'm making those today again. And they are good. They're very easy. If you guys want the recipe, I'll put it on, I screenshotted all the ingredients. I'll put it on my YouTube page if you want the recipe. They're very easy to make. And when I tell you it's a meatball, you bite that thing and that cheese on the inside and that spinach, they are so rich and full in flavor. Oh my God. I'm making those again. I'm not making as many this time because there were like 3 that went to waste because they were so delicious and rich. Me and John, after a couple of days, you was like, oh, that's enough. Thank you guys for the gifting. I appreciate you so much. Tip, they are so good. I will, baby. I'll post the recipe. They're easy. The key is getting the ground beef with the fat in it, not the lean, because you want the meatball to stick together. It's spinach, garlic, you use breadcrumb. It gives you all the ingredients. But the meatball, you put a cube. Last time I used the shredded, and I flattened out the ground beef after I mixed all the ingredients together, like the spinach and everything. And I put the daggone shredded cheese, so it was hard to, they came out in a ball, but a couple of them, the cheese leaked out. You're supposed to get the brick mozzarella cheese or whatever cheese you like, and you put a little cube in there. That way you can seal it tighter. And slow cook them. And girl, when I tell you, matter of fact, I got a picture of them in my phone from the last time. They are really good. They are fire, honey. Because I'm not a meatball. I don't meat, and they're so good. Tip, you don't have to have anything else. Like if you want a piece of garlic bread or a piece of sourdough bread or something, you could put them in a sub sandwich with the marinara. But they're so rich. To me, I wouldn't use 3 of them. I would only use 2. And I make a pretty big one. I make them like about this big. So they're biggins. They are bomb. A matter of fact, as soon as I get off, and in about a half hour, I will do that. Okay? All right, guys. Love you. Hey, Ask Granny, once you hit the gift combo, should pop up. Yeah, that is incredible. Tip, look, y'all, it says Tip World send 100 jewels. Then it says combo times 2, then it says combos times 3, then it said combos times 4, then it said combos times 5, then it said combos times 6. What in? She know how to do them jewels, y'all. Thank you, my love. Oh, tip, yeah, today too is the day for that, okay? What I had inbox you or text you, I'm going to do that today, okay, sweetheart? I almost forgot. I'm glad I reminded myself. All right, guys, I love you. Happy Saturday to everyone. I'm going to have to edit this video because I did put them 2 songs in there. But that's okay. All right, guys, love you. And I'm out the door. I've been on, let somebody else go. Thank you all, guys, for the gifts and stuff. I hope somebody got something today. I do. Because it helps me all the time.